Hello, I'm Dr. Shrutika Upurapu, going to speak today about resilience intelligence. Resilience is nothing but a person's ability to overcome adversity, to overcome trauma, and to overcome anything that causes them the pain for which they go into depression sometimes. This is mostly by environmental factors, biological factors, and social factors. They are mostly influenced by all of these. Normally, when a person is resilient, no matter where the situation is or how the situation is, they try to overcome it. A person who is resilient, normally when you see them, they have good life. What is this good life? When you ask them, you will understand that they had good schooling, good social skills, good parenting, not much of trauma. They have been encouraged more. They have been given positive rewards instead of negatively punishing them for any mistake they have done. When these negative factors are constantly bombarded on a child or on an adolescent, and they are not given a way to solve it, they lose the resilience and they get afraid more. Normally, there is a connection between high emotion intelligent individuals and resilient individuals. So, when a person is aware of their emotions and how it is being communicated in a situation and how it is being navigated in that situation, they try to cope up with it and they try to make the situation better by regulating themselves. But sometimes, this regulation, instead of regulating themselves, they act as if it has been regulated. When you act that your emotions are regulated, when you act that your emotions are not valid right now, it only causes more pain and more difficult to cope with it. And when you cry, and when someone else says, do not cry, this is not the situation, they might say it to control you at that time, but you need to understand how to control yourself during that moment. So, being emotionally intelligent is very important for day-to-day situations as well. Being emotionally intelligent and resilient does not mean you do not validate your emotions. You deal with them and you move on. It will come back to you. But you do not stick with it. You say, no, I'm done. I don't need to relive it again. Normally, highly resilient individuals and highly emotionally intelligent individuals show altruism, humor, relaxation, and prefer positive environments and try to develop themselves more. When an individual is not able to understand themselves, is not able to be aware of themselves, they try to do the same to others and not let them grow because that will be easier for them to control. There are 3 stages of resilience according to Bryan and Smith scientists. 1 is the ability to resist stressors. 2, ability to bounce back from stressors. 3, ability to grow from stressors. Here I can tell you an example of a metal. When a metal is being hit continuously, it changes. However, the metal has been bent or has been intended to bend to. When you try to bend it back, it does not. But few metals bounce back. So when you see rubber, it does not bend, it stands straight, it is very rigid, it is not even flexible. It will be flexible for that moment. Again, it will come back to its shape. When you see this example, the moment when a rubber has been bent for a long time, that is, with the help of stressors, it will be fatigued and somewhat will be bent to that shape. But when you leave it alone, it bounces back. And from the next time when you try to bend it again, it will bend, but it will come back to its shape immediately. Here you can take this example when it comes to emotions. When it comes to any day-to-day stressors which you face. We as a social animals constantly find the need for others to support us, to help us through all of this, even though we know what exactly will work on us. How do we know that? You just need to observe yourself, be aware of your emotions, and be able to regulate yourself. So, in conclusion, it is very important for a child to know about their emotions, how to regulate them. What are emotions? When they try to regulate themselves, only then they can be more resilient while growing up. When you gain more information without any inputs from your parents, you might not know what to do. And when a child who is highly resilient, highly emotionally intelligent grows up, they become more empathetic, they become more open, they can be easily adapted to any kind of situation. Here it does not only mean social development, it can also mean educational, it can also mean physical. You just need to give the child enough contingencies, enough plans for them to bounce back, that they will know what exactly to do when they set to pass but they fail. I hope this session was informative. Stay tuned in for more sessions.